The Street Librarian, Egypt. The alleyways of Old Cairo are veins of the city, narrow and crowded, smelling of spice and dust and exhaust, leaving pockets of permanent shade where life, raw and resilient, plays out. It was in these hidden places that Layla Naguib began her revolution. Layla's vehicle was simple, a heavy two-wheeled wooden cart, salvaged from a market stall and painstakingly repaired. She sanded it smooth and painted it a cheerful, eye-catching blue. When she stacked it high with dog-eared textbooks, worn-out atlases, and vibrant, battered copies of fairy tales, she had created her masterpiece. She called it with a gentle smile, the Rolling Mind. Every afternoon, as the heat softened and the shadows stretched, the children knew to listen for the distinctive rhythmic squeak of the cart's wheels on the uneven stones. These were the children who, for a host of reasons, money, distance, or the need to work, had watched the doors of formal schooling close to them. But Layla believed that a lock on a school door should never be a lock on a child's mind. When Layla pulled the cart to a stop in a small dusty square, it was as if a fountain had sprung up in the desert. Children would emerge from doorways and spill out from darkened shops, their eyes immediately fixed on the tower of printed knowledge. Layla knew how to match a story to a soul. She could spot the quiet, serious girl who needed geometry, or the restless boy who needed a tale of a flying carpet. She never rushed them. She let them touch the smooth, cool pages, breathe in the scent of old paper, and claim a book like finding a hidden treasure. One scorching day, Layla stopped near the wall of a crumbling mosque. A little boy named Farouk, whose smudged hands were usually busy polishing copper mugs, stood watching her, holding a handful of small coins. He was entranced by a large illustrated book about the stars. "Auntie Layla," he whispered, holding out the coins. "How much for this book?" "I can pay £3 now, and more later." Layla knelt down, her face level with his. She gently pushed his hand, coins and all, back toward him. "Farouk, my cart does not take money." He looked utterly confused, his brow furrowed with the ingrained understanding that everything of value must be bought. "But why? If you sell them, you can buy new books." Layla looked from his earnest face to the towering stack of stories. She touched the worn spine of the astronomy book he desired, her heart full of the simple justice of her mission. "My precious Farouk," she said, her voice soft but firm, because knowledge should never be behind a lock. She explained that her books had already been paid for by the kindness of strangers, by libraries that had retired them, and by other families whose children had grown up. Their only payment was the promise that the book would be read and loved. Farouk took the Star book, not as charity, but as a solemn commission. Across Cairo's silent, uneducated corners, Layla's rolling mind carried not just paper and ink, but a profound declaration that every child, regardless of birth or poverty, deserved a direct connection to the world of ideas. And as Layla wheeled her creaking cart away, leaving a small group of children huddled over their newly acquired treasures, she knew she wasn't just lending books.